Hey, welcome back. So last episode we unlocked one of the, what do we call this, a tower. We unlocked one of the towers and it fired a laser towards one of the faces of the mega structure. And we talked to a phoenix, and the phoenix asked us some tough questions about if humanity is worthy of wielding the fire, if it was right for Prometheus to steal it from Zeus and hand it to us. Such abstract questions, but yeah, at the end, it warned us about looking at the shadows of the flame and mistaking it for the truth. So I don't know what that is about. Then we had a group call with everyone in our team, and they want us to at least. Byron wants us to cautiously keep exploring the rest of the land. So that's what we'll do. And the transit system, we can see the laser, maybe. Yeah, we can see the laser. The transit system has unlocked one more map. I guess when we finished about half the puzzles here, the transit system was unlocked by Melville. And I think we can travel to one of the other islands now. And I wonder if the puzzle mechanics will be different. It'll probably be lasers, I feel like. But maybe some additional twist to the mechanics there. We'll see. I've taken a break of almost a week from the last episode, so hopefully I know the controls still. Okay. Okay, we don't have anything new here. Everything is fine. All right, frogs. Okay, so here's a transit system. So we still have to unlock what seems like, okay, gold puzzles, lost labs, and stars. One of the stars, we collected one of the stars. Another star is missing. And the gold puzzles, it shows the gate icon there. So once we unlock the gate, we can come back and do the gold puzzles. I don't know anything about lost labs. That must be even more secret. We can go back to the mega structure. Travel to the mega structure, or we can go straight to wooded plateau, a heavily forested plateau in the mountainous eastern part of the island. Supports a large deer population. 8 main puzzles, 2 lost puzzles, gold labs, and 2 stars. Precisely the same as what we had here. 82112. So this is also 82112. Great. And the image is blurred out so as not spoil us. That's such a cool touch. Right, let's go. This is effectively a loading screen.
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all excited to check out the next site. But while you're there, remember that I'm still trying to fix the rest of the transport system. Maybe there's another one of those labs that 1K found. If there is, look for more documentation, please.
Oh, maybe those are lost labs. We found one near the mega structure, but didn't find one in the last area. So wooded plateau. All of them are on the left side. Wow. This is the, what do you call it, the ring? Wow. Amazing. E2, East 2. That's what this region is. Okay, let's go. Who's here? Alcatraz.
What can I do for you, 1K?
You have new dialogue. What do you make of the Sphinx?
Whatever that being is, it told us that we stand before the fire. That can only be a warning, and I think we should take it seriously. We don't want another New Alexandria.
Okay. That's one of the monuments, so we have to collect the star and bring it there. Where is 1 though? 1 and 2 are here. Okay, 1 is here. I can hear some birds. That's very nice. Quantum tunneling. Really? Wow, there's a new device. What the hell? What is this device? Another device. Oh, we can pass through. Interesting. Take driller. What the hell? We can drill. Oh my god. We can create holes. That's insane. We can't take it out because of the purple wall. But we can drill holes. Wow, that's so crazy. No, drill. My god. Can't take driller through its own hole. Of course we can't. So how do we solve this issue? Oh, I think I know. We can drill a hole far away. This is basically 1/2 of a portal. It's not a portal, it's just basically a hole, but it's like a portal gun. You can create holes in the distance. We can't pass through. We can just drop. Oh, we can drop it on the other side. Cool. Now we can take this. Create a hole. Create a hole here. Drop it there. Interesting. So we'll be able to. Supposed to drill a hole there? No. What are we supposed to do? Ah, we can drill a hole here. Okay, cool. We can drill a hole here. Come on. Cool.
I can't help but notice that many of these structures are not strictly functional. There's a sense of aesthetics, of beauty here. It might be meant to test us somehow, but perhaps there's more to it than that.
Yeah. It's not dry puzzles. What is this? Is that Yakut? It's Melville. She has nothing to say. There's a lost terminal. Let's read the terminal notes. World spirit. What is it that drives historical processes? It's easy to dismiss the idea of the great man, or the great woman for that matter, when clearly so much is determined by resource distribution, pre-existing political structures, and randomness of the universe itself. But is there no space at all for the individual in all this? Are there not moments when, in Hegelian in Hegelian fashion, an individual may represent the world spirit itself. Was Napoleon history on horseback or not? Or is that itself another form of determinism? 5358. So these are, I think, name, world spirit, author unknown. 5358 was the author of one other article somewhere else, I think. From Augustus to Napoleon, from Lincoln to Lenin, there are individuals whose actions seem to drive rather than merely be driven by history. They make bold choices, for good or ill, that transform entire societies. But do they? We like to blame them for their failures, but are they not ultimately just the expression of a historical moment? But if they are, where is the space for human agency? It sometimes seems to me that all of human history has been that one struggle to carve out a space for free choice against the tides of history and heroes and tyrants. Pick and choose examples as you will. Are both equally a reflection of that. Our greater goal then ought to be to extend that freedom to the maximum number of people, to become captains of our own fate as much as that is possible in this universe. Yeah. Good. Nice. Founding 2. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1. The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 14. Melampus and Yemo went back to the dome to get more charging equipment. They have not returned yet, which means that we are stretched a little thin, since we are still posting guards at all times. But those large herbivores haven't come back yet, and at any rate, Eustathius assures us that they're non-aggressive, but it's better not to take any chances, not when there's so few of us and so many of them. Athena and Cornelius and Eustathius has spent most of their time drawing up plans and arguing, in a friendly manner, but arguing still. The rest of us are managing to tune them out pretty well. It's like background noise after a while. I guess that's the background noise. We have started construction on the first habitat. It's going to be a temporary structure for now, but we'll all be glad to get out of the rain. So this terminal contained journal entries of someone who was a first companion. Trevor. Okay. We can listen to it in our archive.
So, what are you doing here, Trevor? Why are you trying to save the world? Well, look, I think humanity is awesome. I love humanity. As a species, we're great. I mean, our track record is pretty mixed, but have you seen everyone else? I mean, what did you do today, animal? Oh, I ate some leaves, sniffed my own butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. Or, I tore this other animal limb from limb, sniffed my friend's butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. They really don't do anything interesting. I mean, you don't see animals directing Big Trouble in Little China. Birds can go tweet, tweet, but it ain't exactly the White Album. I mean, they can't even make a good cheeseburger, for Christ's sakes. They have no art, no cuisine, no pleasure. Animals are nice to look at, but you wouldn't want to be one. Except maybe a cat. I could be a cat.
Sure. This game is obsessed with cats, so I'll give them that. Oh, this is 2. I thought we were going on like a side route. Apparently not. Okay, we can do the second puzzle. And it leads to 3 and 4. Awesome. Oh my god. Lasers and holes. Mutual aid. Okay. Once a hole is drilled, then it will help us somehow. How do we... You can drill a hole there. We only have one driller. Oh, we have another one here. Oh, that's just a jammer. It's not a driller. This is just a jammer. So I think... What can we do? We can drop the jammer here. And we can get the driller now. And maybe create a hole here. Jammer here. I think we need to place the jammer pretty close by so that we can pick it up from the other side. Does that make sense? We can like pick it up from here. See? That is cool. Yeah, we still need the driller. So what we have to do is we have to keep that open. So this is mutual aid. Makes perfect sense. Now we can get the driller. Oh no, wait. No. Don't do that. So how do we... Oh, I know. You don't have to do this. We can take it... we can do it this way. Okay, obviously... little tedious, but you get the point. Cool. So peaceful. The music is so peaceful. There's also that like slight hint of an adventure, you know?
I keep thinking, why puzzles? Is it just their symbolic value because of our history? Because if all this is meant to be a security system, like one case suggested, why would you build a security system that can just be solved? But if this is about testing us, what are we being tested for? It can't just be about spatial reasoning.
Our curiosity? Our persistence?
You're assuming that this place follows a coherent logic. My impression is that it's full of contradictions.
I didn't say the puzzles were security. I was saying that the Sphinx may be a security system, not the puzzles. And yeah, they remembered the fact that they remembered our choice in our conversation. Because we could have chosen something else. I was talking about the music, right? There's something upbeat about it. It's peaceful, but at times there's like a hint of adventure and then mystery, you know? So good. Right, let's head on to puzzle number 3. Melville? Nothing. We take a shortcut. It's not a shortcut, it's just a distraction. It does lead somewhere. Come on, see? We didn't know this was here. God. At least it's smooth. Its frame rate is smooth, you know. This is 3. Backup. We need a backup for something. We need a green light. For that we need blue and red. We can get red. We can open... L2. Now we can get the second connector. Okay, now we can... Well, that is one way to do it. I guess we can do it like this. And now take the drill. Okay. What am I even doing? We need both red and blue. I guess we can connect blue first. Then get the connector and then think about it. Yeah, I think we can. I just needed to you just need to do one thing at a time. So first we'll make sure that red is established. Okay. So we do this, this, and this. Come on. This, and this. Alright, now we don't need this anymore. Okay. We can make sure blue is available, and then we can have blue and red to make green. Cool. Alright. Private message. Open interface. So Doge is connecting again. I've relayed your response to my friends and they have reached certain conclusions regarding your character. Would you like to hear them? No, I've entirely lost interest. Yes, go ahead. Now, you're new, so let me fill you in. Your arrival marks the moment of New Jerusalem's maturity, and there are differences of opinion about what it ought to become. Naturally, there are people working quietly behind the scenes, in an advisory capacity, trying to guide our city to prosperity. People who know things which would only scare or confuse the average citizen. I have 5 such friends who expressed to me their interest in getting to know you. Okay. Who are these people? I can't yet tell you their names, but I can tell you a little about them. The first is an engineer by trade, tends to see the world as a puzzle to be solved. Second is a scholar of some repute, thinks the big questions have answers in our code. The third is, well, it's hard to pin down, a practitioner, let's say, of esoteric arts. The fourth is a member of the political establishment. And the fifth, well, the less I say about them, the better for everyone. So is there someone you think would make a good match? Oh god, we have to choose? That's crazy, come on. I'd rather hear which is most interested in me. The problem with you is your natural resistance to categorization. You either have no concrete opinions at all, or they're just so complex that no one else can understand them. Nonetheless, 2 of my friends have expressed interest in getting to know you, but there's a catch. You're going to have to answer one final question. A tiebreak if you like. Oh, okay. So here it is. The ultimate question. Spikes or goo? Goo, spikes, both, neither, it depends. I don't know. The question is ridiculous. I don't know where you got the phrasing of this question from. This is such an interesting question though. Spikes or goo? Goo is much more fluid, you know. It can adapt to any shape and it's pretty mellow in a way. It's not aggressive. Spikes are exactly the opposite. They're aggressive, they can hurt people, they have a definite shape, you know. So what do you lean towards? I know where you got the phrasing of this question from. I don't actually know. This may be a reference to something. Then you have my eternal love, and you know perfectly why I am going to back at you into the esoteric camp. It's clear from your answer that you're a slippery character, and that you know a trick when you see one. No simple binaries for you. I'd like to connect you to my esoteric friend. Are you happy to happy for me to put you in touch? Yes, please do. No, I want someone else. Yes, please do. Let's go with the fly. I feel like we'll get to know the rest of them later. Not what it seems. Get involved behind the scenes. That's it. I need to get involved with everyone though. I don't want just one person. Okay, I'll send an introduction in due course. Thank you, Doge. Dog? I don't know how to call this person. Oh god. Alright, let's go. Forest this way. Come on, Melville. You're not doing anything. Is that 4? This is 4. Alright. Placement. Oh. There's a laser way high up. You can drill a hole there, which will enable this. Okay, cool. That's cool. So we need a fan, which when activated will take it all the way up. Take driller. We need one laser connector though. Okay, it could be inside. Let's gather all our resources first. So we have our laser, which we can just basically connect here and here and be done with it. Let's put it here and get a drill. Make a hole somewhere there. And then no, we need to get the box first. So how do we get this box? That is my question. Okay, I feel like what you have to do is you have to get this one, you know, and put it inside just to make sure that it's just to make sure we can get the box out. And once it's out, we are good to go. Right, very simple puzzles. Just these are just teaching us things. I'm just so scared that they've already introduced a new element within just a sub like a sub what do you call it? This is like a this is E2, right? They've already introduced a new mechanic in E2, and there will be 12 islands like this. So I'm worried that there are way too many mechanics, and towards the end we'll be helpless in solving them because they all combine.
You know
Is Melville going
something weird about these puzzles? They're not replicas of the simulation puzzles, like the ones in the museum.
Wasn't there an artist who did an exhibition a few years ago that involved new puzzles of some kind?
That was Barzai. It was called Trials of an Imagined Past. I tried to get you to come along. You thought it would be boring.
Were they similar?
No, not at all.
Was it boring?
I thought it was interesting.
Barzai made an exhibition. Okay, cool thing to note. Liftstraße. Okay, let's listen to it.
While exploring the forest, I came across a sight of primal force. A beautiful stag, standing on a hill silhouetted against the setting sun. It appeared like a messenger from some divine natural power, perhaps from Gaia herself. Even to a being such as myself, less susceptible to manipulation by instincts and hormones. It was clearly a moment of revelation. In such moments, we are told to avert our eyes. But what if we do not? What will we discover if we look more closely? If we could speak to the stag, what wisdom would it have to offer? The answer is none. The stag is an animal of overwhelming stupidity, driven only by fear, hunger, and lust. There is no abyss for us to plunge into behind this revelation. Rather, the revelation is as flat and unreal as the plywood walls of a film set.
Okay. Was this another android who came along, or is there recording from a interface content? Is there recording from, yeah, Liftrasir? Who is this? Guta. So 1K found a recording of Liftrasir, and what an odd recording too. I know he's one of the first companions, or he was one of the first companions, but I don't actually know that much else about him. Don't think I've ever seen him around either. Can someone explain? Liftrasir always had an unusual perspective. Even in the very beginning, he traveled a lot, sometimes leaving for years. He built a kind of mobile recharging station, so he didn't need to come back to the city as often. Although it was quite risky, as the solar panels had a tendency to break rather quickly. But he had no problem taking risks if he felt they were necessary, and exploration was necessary to him. Niam. Niam was another first companion. Liftrasir would record his thoughts as he explored, and then publish them when he returned. Over the centuries, he accumulated a group of admirers, or disciples if you prefer. In the period of crisis surrounding Athena's disappearance, they left the city, headed into the unknown, and we haven't heard from them since. Whoa, okay. Is the recording I found one of those he published back in the day? Probably not. It's a new one. No, not as far as I can tell. Perhaps it is something he decided to shelve, or something he only shared with close friends like Athena. Thank you. That was informative. It could also be something new that he discovered in the journeys later. Five is this way.
So these monuments represent each of the entities. Pandora, the Sphinx, and Prometheus.
Makes sense, I guess.
For a given value of sense.
Makes sense, I guess. I guess it's doing a lot of work there. Oh, this is a lost puzzle. No, this is 6. Let's do 5 first. Duet. We need 2 of them. How do we... I hate the sound effect that these things can make. There's a fan here. See, the problem is we can't still... Maybe we can switch it on. Maybe we can switch on the switch if we are close enough. Yeah, that seems like something we can do. So we just have to be... Just have to do it like this. Alright. Come on, it's still not... Do it at the very edge. There you go. So this should be enough to turn on the fan. Should be enough to take us across. And get the jammer. Jam that maybe. Oh, we still can get it. We need to break out that jammer. How do we do that? Okay, so I think we can need to make sure. First of all, we need to make sure I turned off the fan. I've trapped myself inside, so I just need to. Yeah, so we can turn on the fan now. That was completely not near. Right. Now we can use this to unblock that. Okay. We don't need anything else for now. Come on, get up. And this we can use to drill a hole here. Oh, okay. I think I need to. Alright, so now to get the other one out, we need to use the jammer through the hole. Cool. Take the driller. Is there any way to get it out? Oh, we don't need to get it out. We can just place it here. Alright. One driller would be enough, I think. That other wall is such a red herring. Is it? No, it isn't. We have to use this. We have to use this. How do we... Okay. So first let's get this guy out. We don't need that anymore. So we can go back in. Get him out. Okay. Now... can use it to turn off that one there, I think. Yeah, we should be able to. Oh, before that, I think I should have used this driller to get the other one out. I think I messed up. But no worries, I think we can still do it. So we take this driller. Put this guy back. Go inside. Use this guy to turn off the door there. Then we can use it to, oh no, I shouldn't have. Oh, right, it's fine though. I think we can still do it. We can use this driller to open a hole here. Cool. Now we can take this guy, bring him here, put him out. So we have 2 drillers now. Now one of them goes here, okay? This doesn't serve any purpose, it just stands there. This guy, on the other hand, we can use it to break him out, first of all. Break him out, and then we can use this to create a hole here and use the jammer through the hole. Jam it and we're done. Very cool. Right.
Any progress on the particle clouds, Melville? It's pretty clear they're integral to how all of this functions.
I've gathered a lot of data, but I still have a lot of numbers to crunch before I can give you an answer. I can't guarantee that my answer won't be another question. I'm glad we don't get headaches.
Right, let's do 6. Passage. That just turns on this fan. It's fine. We have a hole, a driller here. Can we drill a hole? Oh, we can drill a hole here. Not a hole places. I would be even wanna drill a hole here. Interesting. Do they want us to find an angle here? Like a small angle here? Is that their purpose? I'm not so sure. I don't think this driller can be taken out of this place. It has to be here. And maybe you have to open a door right there. Let's try again. Yeah, it'd be weird if they asked us to do that though. Right? We can barely see what's going on. Maybe an awkward solution, to say the least. I guess this is simply the final answer. Oh, there's a jammer there. Huh. We need to drill holes into the ground, I think. Like that's a hole we have to drill? No, we can't. What do we do here then? Oh, I know what to do. Why was I so stupid? You can place a driller here. It does not go up. It absolutely does not go up. That's interesting. See? Okay, I think I know something else we can try. Which is to get that fan plate, you know, this thing. Let's just fetch this thing and use it to the top there. That way we can get 2 drillers. So we place it here. Get the driller and we go. And we drop the driller outside. Come on. Alright, cool. Now we'll be able to... You have to turn off this driller. And then... let's drop it. Cool, we have 2 drillers now. Now we need to get the fan back. So for that... I think we need 2 drillers here to drill a hole. This is the passage that the... Come on. I really thought this was a passage that the game was alluding to. Maybe not. See? And we get the jammer. We can have the jammer here. And take the driller. Place it here. I don't think we can fetch that fan, unfortunately. Yeah, this is stuck here. So we'll need to take this driller and go back. Alright. I think we managed to do it reasonably okay. But we need to... Yeah, we should be able to. We just need to use this driller though. Makes sense. Right. So that
I hate solving puzzles myself, but watching you solve them is kind of fun.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun for me too. Most times it's fun. Let's go 7. Byron, how are you doing?
Hey, 1K.
Yeah. What do you make of the Sphinx?
I don't know what she is, ontologically speaking, but those questions she asked reinforce my belief that we're being tested, or perhaps analyzed.
That's all. Thank you. Wow, we're going underground. It's a locked room here. Generator of some sort.
This is very similar to the structure where you found the schematics.
Yeah. Mel will be able to unlock.
Wow, that's a lot bigger than I expected.
What were they doing here?
And who are they?
Okay, so this is a new puzzle mechanic. Is it a converter? It changes red to blue and blue to red. Interesting. And I guess it blinks the two colors that you can switch. Okay. So this, for the new area, this will be the puzzle we unlock. You know? Interesting. Alright, let's scan this. Oh, we have new logs here. Stratton ideas. A fragment from Stratton's The Origins of Thought, as quoted in the commentary by Simplicius of Cilicia. Stratton, to say that material things are brought into being by ideas is to flatter ourselves, which is an error philosophers are particularly prone to, because it raises those who think above those who do. Nicomachus, then what is the truth that does not flatter? Stratton, that the reverse is true. Ideas are brought into being by matter. So each man's ideas are shaped by the world that surrounds him, as clay is shaped by its mold. Those who live in mountains fear cold. Those who live in deserts fear thirst. The Athenians are shaped by Athens. And Lacedaemonians by Sparta. And likewise it is for all people. There's a reference, 12. Nicomachus, but may ideas, if we take each man to be an idea, not by deliberate action alter the shape of the mold, as you put it? To discover a method for accomplishing this is a cheap purpose of philosophy, my friend. Okay, so it's like a feedback loop. Like, your environment shapes you. At least that's his line of thinking. I think he's a materialist philosopher or something. He was referred to as that, where he believes that everything is, there is no soul and body. It's just the body itself is the thing that creates a soul. There is the split there. Maybe that's what materialism is. And Nicomachus is questioning his thought that if we take each man to be an idea, not by deliberate action, alter the shape of the mold, as you put it. So we can change our surroundings, which in turn decide how we think about the world, thus crafting a utopia of sorts. If our ideas are strong enough, we can change our mold, which then changes our own way of thinking. I don't know. Footnotes. The newly discovered Heraclean manuscript, likely a lost part of Baroque collection, contains an additional passage that differentiates between pneuma, the individual mind or spirit, described as the energy arising from matter, and ideas, which are produced by the pneuma as it interacts with the material world. Pneuma. Oh, this is pneuma. Okay. Trials. Version 0.05 deployed successfully. Revision to previous settings fixes malfunction. But what was the error? Cooling systems improve. Next trial, version 0.06 deployed. Significant improvement to disassembly. New lab space carved out. Easy to destroy, harder to create, so easy to optimize only one aspect. Version 0.07 deployed. Improvements to version 0.08 halted. Insufficient energy fault trials 719 to 802. 108 to 242 is version 0.05. 243 to 505. Okay. Trial numbers. Location loss 1. 5358. Progress notes. Wait, there's more. No, that's it. This was by author Stratton of Sagiria. Location lost 1. Schematic. Oh, wow. An error. Wow, we're back in the simulation.
The world is a wonderful place. Every day we take another step forward. Every day we come closer to the truth. The closer we get, the more I can see the beauty of the universe, the intricate perfection of its mechanisms. I am a machine, and the universe is a machine. Every part of me serves a purpose, or I could not be myself. I could not be Miranda, because that specific person could not exist without those specific parts and their specific functions. In the same way, every part of the universe serves a purpose. I think that is what we were meant to discover here.
We're going back. We're going back. So we glitched into the simulation. Did anyone else see that? Overload. Experience a data stream overload. Okay, everyone noticed that.
1K, you just connected to an extremely powerful data stream. Are you all right?
I think I had a vision. That was disconcerting.
I can imagine. You were streaming, and we all saw, whatever that was. Please, everyone, let's be careful with these terminals from now on.
Yes, let's all try not to die. More importantly, who the hell is Miranda?
There's no one by that name in New Jerusalem. I just searched the database.
It must be one of the people who built this place. Maybe it's a nickname. It may be. It must is a strong word. It may be.
A new person? Someone we've never heard of before? Someone born outside the city? We have to find out more.
But where did they come from? And how many people does it take to build something this huge?
Like I said, we need to find out more.
Byron is excited.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that I'm about to fix another part of the transport system.
Okay.
Thanks for the files, 1K.
Alright.
They didn't fry your brain.
Okay, so maybe Athena went out and created more humans, so to speak, and created this facility. Miranda was one of them. Wait, there's a new terminal here. This is a different terminal. What the hell? Untitled draft, New Alexandria, Ethics of Extinction. Title draft. Saint Edward identified the tetronyma with the tetragrammaton and the Greek word for God. Because to him, the mathematical properties of the tetronyma reflected God's ability to reshape the world without breaking its laws. Elohim, in his desire to impose meaning on the simulation, which was his primary function as a storyteller after all, took Edward's heretical ideas and integrated them as sigils of his name. But despite all these layers of obfuscation, there is some kind of truth hidden in all this. The world really is, in a sense, made up of minute parts that can be combined and recombined without breaking the underlying laws. Everything that exists is made of the same fundamental materials, and those materials are brought into existence by the same fundamental functions of reality. And yet, the miracle of existence is that we are not all one, but are in fact radically different and separate. This is lost too, but author and name has been lost. New Alexandria, from the book of author Eustathius, okay? From the book of Reminiscence and Regret by Eustathius. In the early days of our people, a great deal of responsibility fell on my shoulders. There were few of us then, and though we are stronger and hardier than any human, we are not invincible. The world was an overgrown ruin, and our resources extremely limited. It was a harsh time, but I felt passionate about the work, fired up by the many sacrifices that had brought us here. From the EN team to the people of Gehenna, whose code is part of my personality. Bit by bit, New Jerusalem grew. We had to adapt some of the plans Brennan's team had left behind. I don't think they had expected the simulation to take as long as it did, but it was all working. That's when I made a terrible mistake. Thinking it was a way of safeguarding against disaster, I proposed the creation of a second settlement, New Alexandria. As the location was far from the dam that powers New Jerusalem, I attempted to build a thermal power station that would take advantage of a local gas reservoir. However, I foolishly used geological data from the archive, failing to account for the amount of time that had elapsed. 5 years later, this error led to an accident that leveled the settlement and killed 31 of my fellow citizens. Of all my many regrets, this is the greatest. He says, of all my many regrets. And we know that he kind of retired, right? So maybe he has grown wary of everything. He's blaming himself for many things because he has many regrets, you know? So he's kind of reclusive now. I don't know if we'll get to see him at some point. There are way too many interesting characters to pin down this location and its origin. This location, since the megastructures location, all the things set up here to a single person. There is Lufthracius, or whatever his name was. There is Eustathius, there's Athena, there's Miranda. There are a lot of people involved, and we can't really know who it was who created this settlement. New Alexandria obviously didn't last long. Ethics of extinction. If a species we consider beautiful and remarkable goes extinct, we consider that a great evil. Dolphins, for example, if dolphins go extinct, that's a great loss. If humanity causes dolphins to go extinct, that's a crime. Ethics of extinction. Okay. But if Yersinia pestis, the bacterium that causes bubonic plague goes extinct, is that an equally great loss? If not, why not? To nature, there's no difference. It's all just life forms. The only moral framework that allows us to choose between dolphins and plague is a human one. What about a species going extinct without anthropogenic factors? Extinction is a norm. If one day dolphins are no longer capable of competing with other species, should we let them go extinct? When the sun finally dies and all life goes extinct, will that be a tragedy? If we can prevent it, should we? If we believe that extinction is acceptable when nature does it, but not when we do it, then you don't actually oppose extinction. You don't believe that dolphins are inherently valuable, that they deserve to live and thrive. You just oppose human control. You oppose our ability and responsibility to choose. Okay. Cool. Ethics of extinction. He does pose the interesting question about, like, morality is just different for... It's just a human perspective, you know? At least the one we define ourselves. I hope that's it. We discovered 2 terminals there, and I think that's all that is there to discover in that area. Yeah, I hope so. What is this? Some sort of hole in the ground? Some sort of wormhole? Right, 7 is this way. We haven't yet discovered any of the lost or like incomplete puzzles. We discovered 2 monuments. This is Athena, I think. Not Athena, Prometheus, Pandora, and Sphinx. So this must be Pandora. Okay, Byron has something to add.
Hey, 1K.
What do you make of this Miranda?
Going on what little we have, honestly, she reminds me of myself when I'd just been born. I came out from the dam at night, and the sky was full of stars. I felt a reverence then, an almost ecstatic connection to the sublime. The universe seemed like a miracle. and to exist within it was the greatest possible honor. That view was tempered in time, but I've always tried to hold on to as much of it as I could.
All right. Eye of the needle. Oh, we have to thread the needle. Okay, let's see what we can drill. Apparently nothing. What can we drill? Oh, we can open these. Of course. Come on. Take the connector. Obviously. Use the connector first. Okay. How do we get inside here though? We can't. We need to fly inside. Then get out. There should be a fan somewhere. Okay, we take this. Sorry, we take this. We open this. Oh, we just need to get it here. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. How do we... We only have one connector though, which is pretty limiting. We just have a single connector, so it has to come from... There are no holes we can make here. So it has to be like this. Oh yeah, we can do it. We can do it. But I need to get inside that room though. How do I get inside this room here? How do I... Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand. How do we... Why do we even... Maybe this is for a star. We don't really need it. I think that could be the case. This is so odd. Am I missing something obvious? Place it here, it can open that. How do I access the other jammer? Yeah, how do I do anything with this jammer? This jammer is just stuck inside. Maybe I can... Okay, how about something like... No. We can't create partial holes. It has to be a full hole. I don't know if we can jump over, to be honest. Yeah, it's not enough, you know. Definitely feel like this is some sort of star situation where we have to get a star. We'll maybe clamber on upon the pillars there, the roof, then drop down. Use that jammer for something. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be a way to get that jammer. This is why I hate like stars in this game. Like one reason why I have an issue with them is they kind of muddle the original puzzle. We always doubt if something is necessary for a puzzle or if it was there for a star, you know. Does that make sense? This is fine. We can use the box here. How can we... it's so tough. I want to get this connector here. How do I get it here? So if I take it here and put it here, problem is I can't really go back in anymore if I do that, you know. I can't go back in anymore. Oh, we can use the box here to get inside. Of course we can. Obviously we can. Alright. I think we got it. This wall is shorter, you know. Kind of hard to notice. There was a sneaky little detail. So we go here. We can. Oh, come on. Right now, we should be able to kind of block that, right? Okay, all right. So to do that, okay, we shouldn't need this. Actually, we do. There are a bunch of steps here, which is very interesting. So we need this guy to do a couple of things, right? This is like I have the solution in my head right now, but it's so difficult to explain. So we need two things for this hole to do. One, we need to make sure that is visible. Two, we need to make sure that jammer can jam this wall. Okay, those are the two things that we need. So we create a hole here. Okay, and we go back in. We'll use this to keep this door open. Go inside. And now we can take the jammer and jam that door there. Cool. This is such a tight solution. It's interesting that they've eliminated any redundancy possible. So now we can simply take this over. Come on. It's right in the line, but I think we can still make it work. Come on. I'm sure you can do it. Just need to be a bit far away. See? Pretty good puzzle.
I've managed to extract an audio file from 1K's data stream incident. It's hard to be sure because it's just a fragment, but I think it's some kind of log or diary.
We finished a new lab today. Some processes are still harder than others, but energy output was up 2,000%. It's incredible how each leap forward enables another. The next iteration of the machine will...
What?
So as we suspected, someone was experimenting here. But experimenting on what? What was this machine they were building?
Maybe it's whatever powers the megastructure.
Maybe... Seesaw. Oh, I hate Seesaw. Seesaw, Pendulum, all of those names kind of give me scares. Last game had a puzzle called Seesaw. No, called Pendulum. It was quite tricky. It's an elegant solution, but really hard to see. What am I doing? Why do we even need a hole here? I don't think we do. So blue needs to come here. Okay. And can we make this work? I feel like we can't. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I think I know the solution. So we connect it like this, okay? Now what we do is we keep the connections established. Okay, this is a pretty good solution. So we keep all the connections. We connect it to that guy there. Okay. And we place it here. So right now it can only activate the red switch, right? But once we take this inside, I think it will be able to activate the blue switch also. So first of all, let me make sure this will stay active. Okay. Right, now let's take this guy inside. We'll need to do some planning inside. So here, make sure we have a hole open. Okay. Now we don't need this guy anymore. And we can connect this guy here to the blue here. Okay. But it's red right now. We can take this off and we can kind of... Come on. Yeah. Something like this. Oh no, we need the red. Okay. We need the red active. How do I keep the red active? And also... I know, we can directly activate it here. I'm stupid. Oh, okay. I think what we need to do is... That extra connection there is going to ruin things. So this can simply connect us to red, okay? That's it. Nothing else needed. Once we are inside, let's take this guy and open a blue portal. Or a portal to a blue light. And we select it. There we go. Cool. Alcatraz.
I've been meaning to talk to you. This vision you had, the data stream overload.
Yeah.
How did it feel?
Strangely beautiful. It was pleasant at first, then beautiful. It was frightening. It felt threatening. It was just data. It was unpleasant at first, then beautiful.
Don't you worry that maybe your first impression was correct? And after that, your mind was basically being hijacked?
He's such a skeptical person. He's not a romantic at all. It felt more like my mind was being expanded. I wasn't hijacked. I think I made contact with something.
Is there a difference? Either way, an external force influenced your thoughts. It affected your mind. Don't take that too lightly, okay?
Yeah. I want to ask you about something else.
Go ahead.
That's all. There's something else. Sorry. Alright, I think we can go back to the... I think we'll skip the what do you say? The two puzzles, the extra puzzles for this. Oh, we have another terminal. Let's look at the terminal first. New Theology. In the New Theology by George Bernard Shaw. This is a famous author, right? 5354. I forgot any of the... Like, yeah. I am sure that I've read something or other from him when I learned English in my high school. The object of the whole evolutionary process is to realize God. That is to say, instead of the old notion that creation began with a God, a personal being, who being perfect created something lower than himself, the aim of the new theology is to turn that process the other way and to conceive of the force behind the universe as working up through imperfection and mistake to a perfect organized being, having the power of fulfilling its highest purposes. Okay, evolution is creating a God. In a sense, there is no God as it achieved, but there is that force at work making God, struggling through us to become an actual organized existence, enjoying what to many of us is the greatest conceivable ecstasy, the ecstasy of a brain and intelligence actually conscious of the whole, and with the executive force capable of guiding it to a perfectly benevolent and harmonious end. That is what we are working to. Okay, that is the new theology. L1C Niam. From the Lives of First Companions by Randolph. And we know Niam is a name we saw earlier in one of the social discussions. Laws external to. After these events, from the lives, okay. There's some corrupted data after all. After these events, Niam decided to consult the writings of the ancients. But while philosophy and religion interested her, it was art in all its forms that came as a revelation. To her delight, she discovered that meaning was not something constructed purely out of logic or will, but that it could be found in stories. That even when characters and events of a story were not factual, they had a validity and weight as if they somehow were real after all. She was astonished that such a profound experience was freely available to all humans, but concerned that too few took advantage of it. So she set out to enrich the inner lives of her fellow citizens by promoting the arts, starting with the legacy of Gehenna. Gehenna is a pretty good story to think about. Failed to load profile. Niam sounds nice. I would like to meet her someday. She must know more about New Jerusalem art history than anyone. Okay, so these are all, I feel like these are all new people who existed in this specific location. They were thinking of Niam, who still lived in New Jerusalem and had a lot of idea about New Jerusalem art. Like the arts existed in New Jerusalem. Failed to load profile. When we do, remind me to explain how to pronounce her name. The default setting in the language libraries are wrong. Okay, Niam. That's it. Leviathan. From the Introduction to Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes. Laws external to. Nature, the art whereby God has made and governs the world, is by the art of man, as in many things, so is this such a complex sentence. By the art of man, as in many other things, so in this is also imitated that it can make an artificial animal. For seeing life is but a motion of the limbs, the beginning whereof is in some principal part within. Why may we not say that all automata, engines that move themselves by springs and wheels, as does a watch, have an artificial life? For what is the heart but a spring, and the nerves but so many strings, and the joints but so many wheels, giving motion to the whole body, such as was intended by the artificer? Art goes yet further, imitating that rational and most excellent work of nature, man. For by art is created that great Leviathan called a commonwealth, or state, in Latin civitas, which is but an artificial man, though of greater stature and strength than the natural, for whose protection and defense it was intended. And in which the sovereignty is an artificial soul, as giving life and motion to the whole. 5358. 5358, again the name comes up, or the number comes up. Lastly, the pacts and covenants by which the parts of this body politic were at first made, set together and united, resemble that fiat, or let us make man, pronounced by the God in creation. It's obvious that Hobbes has read Stratton and is extrapolating Talos' principle to the level of the state. But unlike Stratton, all he wishes for at the end of the day is a powerful ruler to control his machine. Tell him what to do. Everything is a machine. The world is a machine. Our nations are machines. Commonwealth is a machine. Alright. Let's head on to the terminal, or the ring. Hope we are going the right way. There's the ring. Okay, we have the compass, which we can use to quickly identify where we are heading. Guess we can cut through the forest if we want. I haven't seen Yakut. Yakut is somewhere. Yakut might have some dialogue, but unfortunately I can't find him. Where are you, Yakut? Oh, there's more research. Okay, engravings found on Sphinx Monument. E2 engraving. Taking a reference photo in case I want to figure this out later. 742478. Interesting. Wow, 2478. This is probably how to solve the star to activate this monument, maybe. Yes, new social media posts. Mystery of Miranda and the Progenitor Portrait Series. Progenitor. This is Alexander Tennant. Hi everyone, this is the latest in my portrait series. I've always had a deep respect for the progenitor Alexander Tennant. She didn't just create the founder and save humanity. She also tried to instill us with a sense of beauty and wonder. It was good to be human, Alexander Tennant. Yeah, I remember the name. Niam, as usual, please keep in mind that we should focus on engagement with the work. Don't ask yourself whether it's good or bad, but how it makes you feel. Beautiful work, Rodam. Gives me a bittersweet, wistful feeling. She must have been a great person. Jefferson. To me, it really captures her bravery in the face of what the cosmos had thrown at her. Tekla. It's well done, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate for us to depict the progenitor in this way. It's important to remember she was a real person. Your painting powerfully evokes her belief in a bright future. We shouldn't forget other people contributed too. I agree. This really highlights her bravery. The painting makes me sad. Yeah, we should forget other. Like, it feels a bit negative, but this is my primary sentiment. That we should remember the other people too. You're right, 1K, but that's part of why I'm doing a whole series of portraits. The progenitor herself said that many people sacrificed a lot so the founder could be born. I want to remind us of all of them. Although we don't have the photos of some of them, so I'm not sure what I'll do in those cases. We'll see. Okay. Mystery of Miranda. Touch grass. Read 10 social media endings. Alright, I'll go outside and touch grass now. Buddhas. For anyone who missed it, Byron's expedition has recovered evidence of the existence of another person, someone not from New Jerusalem. Who could this be? What does this mean? It could just have been someone from the simulation from long ago, you know. But everyone's convinced that this is a new person, human born outside. Orinia. Maybe there's another city out there. Who says there's only one simulation? Maybe there are thousands of people who we have never met. I really hope so. There's only one founder. I hate to agree with Tekla, but all historical evidence we have points to that conclusion. There are some other attempts, but as far as we know, they all went wrong or failed. Helga, there's more that we don't know than there is that we know. That sentence is going to make my brain crash. It took me a second to understand that sentence too. Why do we think Miranda is from Earth? There's no evidence to support the idea. Jacques. I'd like to hear more about these other attempts to save humanity. I really don't think it's aliens, Jacques. Everything here is obviously related to New Jerusalem. Some people affiliated with the Institute of Applied Pneumatics tried to set up a secondary site at another dam, but after about a century, the dam collapsed and took whatever was happening inside that system with it. Oh wow, really? Okay, but that means it survived for 100 years. Many people could have been born there, right? Shmilev. There's also a similar attempt by another organization, but without the test of free will that Alexander Tennant devised, that Alexander Tennant devised. According to Liftrasir, it never produced a viable mind before it ran out of power. Wow. Could there still be others out there? Theoretically, yes, but even our dam would have collapsed without extensive repairs, and even a nuclear power plant would have run out of fuel by now. Alright. So let's cross the bridge and see what awaits us. Jake. Let's use this guy. Oh, thank God. Is he gonna be a Sphinx again? Is he gonna ask us more questions? No, it's Pandora.
Creature of clay, you have strayed from your garden and entered a domain that is beyond your ken. Turn back now, before you harm yourself and others.
I feel like this is a test than a security system, honestly. Once you solve all these puzzles, someone comes up and just in the same way Elohim and Milton tried to push us back or pull us in different directions, these creatures are also questioning some aspect of our character. Who are you?
I am, like you, another lost child of Hephaestus in the kingdom of Artemis. But though I am lost, I know my purpose. To stand between you and the flame.
Technology. Are you like the Sphinx?
The Sphinx speaks in riddles and knows nothing but mysteries. She has questions, but no answers.
Absolutely. You were invited here.
Prometheus had no authority to summon you. He is rash and foolish and given to trickery. But his schemes lead only to ruin. Therefore heed my warning. The flame is not for you.
We will consider your words. We need to know what is going on here for the safety of New Jerusalem. We are not just going to leave because you had a bad experience with the magic box. Pandora's box. We need to know more about these technologies for the future of New Jerusalem. Yeah, that's what I would say.
You seek the flame of enlightenment. But remember that fire can also burn.
Okay. Everyone wants us to be super careful of the secrets that we are unlocking. Oh, it's green, blue, and red. Wooded Plateau.
How many of those bloody things are there?
I think that was Pandora, which matches the other one being Prometheus.
If it's a security system, it seems to be fighting itself.
Might be wise to avoid getting caught in the crossfire until we understand what these entities actually are.
Yeah. But yeah, I think with that we'll wind up this episode. And the next episode we'll probably visit a new location. Yeah.